Fridays are our biggest days here at the center. We've typically got 3 or 4 weekly programs that go on Fridays. From 3 to 4 we have the coffee hour, where we have either presentations or activities that are culturally relevant in some way. Sometimes they're led by students, sometimes it's faculty or just people from the community. We've had multiple RSOs and different organizations come in, and it can be anything from a presentation about a different country to a day where we just hang out and eat a bunch of different desserts from different places around the world. So it's a pretty broad net. I think that the reason why the center is so important, first of all, what we are is a resource center for students, both international and domestic. And what's so important and unique about us is that we're one of the only resource centers on campus that's deliberately structured and tailored specifically towards the needs of international students on campus. A lot of domestic students participate as well, and we encourage that, but we try to design programming that will help or assist or be useful to domestic students first and foremost. We're always looking for new ideas or new suggestions. A lot of times students will tell us something that they really want to do, and we'll try to make it happen.
This is a 4-lane road. So when you're driving a car, you should stay in your lane. Or at least you should make sure it's safe to change lanes, right? So that's where the expression comes from. But the slang expression, to stay in your lane, has nothing to do with driving. Has anybody ever heard this before? Stay in your lane? You've heard that? What's it mean, James? Or do you remember the context?
Go ahead.
Go ahead?
Yeah.
Maybe. I was thinking of something a little different. As I say, it's relatively new. As a slang expression, it's relatively new. You might see this on a highway sign somewhere, stay in your own lane.
International students who usually were either spouses of graduate students or visiting faculty and were really struggling with the kind of English that you hear in restaurants and bus stops. A lot of them are very accomplished and fluent in academic or more formal English. But as I say, in informal idiomatic English that we all talk every day, they were really struggling because there's so much slang. So I started to gradually shift my emphasis to idioms, slang, everyday grammar, and the kinds of things that we don't think about as native speakers. Greetings. We say, hey, how's it going? We know what that means, but for an international student, sometimes that can be kind of mystifying. So that's really how it started and where it grew from. I think I and others in this program who have joined since, we kind of recognize that we're actually providing a service that makes people's daily lives better, gives them confidence in their ability to function in an environment that's very often very different from what they do, and I find that to be hugely rewarding.